Welcome back. From the Brockville Police Service, I'm talking with Community Service Officer Allie Dedekker, and we're going to find out a little bit more about her and what she does here in the community. Welcome to the program, Allie.
Thanks for having me.
So you are a Community Service Officer?
Yes.
And what is that? What do you do?
Basically, we work with a lot of youth. We do mental health checks, we're basically out there in the community, putting a face to a name to the service, someone that's approachable and whatnot.
Okay, so when people see you out there. Now, today you are dressed as like what I am.
Yeah.
But normally you go back and forth between uniform and casual clothes, right?
Yes, yeah.
Depending on what you're doing that day and where you're going.
Yeah, so when we're in the schools, we want to have a police presence, show the kids that, the police are here. This is why we're here. We're here to check in on them, make sure things are okay. And when we do mental health checks, sometimes the uniform is a little discouraging and a little scary. So
Yes.
we want people to approach us a little bit better and maybe open up to us a little bit more. So that's why we would wear plain clothes.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So, are you a Brockvillian?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you know the lay of the land here.
I'm from Prescott area, but
Okay.
it's all the same.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, Prescott, Brockville, all the same. Why policing?
To be quite honest, I went to school to be a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And then I did a lot of volunteer work with Ottawa Police, the Brockville Police, and I kind of changed my views. And it just seemed like it fit me a little bit better. And I used to be super shy, not so much anymore. It kind of brought me out of my shell a little bit.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Do you know, it's strange that we are talking about this because I just finished reading about an individual, a young person who had their whole life planned out, but volunteered somewhere and all got changed. So it's until you try it, you don't know,
true.
right?
It's so true. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, going into the schools, is there like a program that you have when you go into the schools?
We have a really good connection with most of the teachers and principals. Me being so new, I don't have the same rapport yet as past community safety officers, but I'm getting there. So right now we kind of just go in, so there's a familiar face for the kids to see, and not a lot of them, but we've seen them on the road, not in a negative way, maybe a positive way. So they know you by name, like, hey, Allie, how's it going? Just someone that's other than an authoritative role, like a parent or a teacher that they can maybe approach and ask some questions.
Do you have, because I don't know this is why I'm asking, when you go into a school, is there like a set time that is so that the children know or the students know that you are there and that, if they wanted to meet with you, that they could?
Usually I like to go in on Fridays.
Yes.
I have a mental health worker that comes with me, so we kind of tackle it together. So she deals with it on that side, and then I'll deal with it like on a different perspective. From a police perspective, she'll deal with it on a mental health perspective. But I don't have like a set time that I would come in. Usually I'll just pop in when I have a few minutes. Some students have reached out to me after I've been in there a few times, just kind of even just to chat and having a rough day. I even offered them like, hey, you know what? If you're not having a good day, you feel like you're going to have an episode or something, just text me or give me a shout or call the station. We can go for coffee. So I've had a few people reach out so far.
Good.
Yeah, there's such a disconnect with because of COVID and everything else. You're seeing some people really struggle, and as long as they have someone there to help them, maybe we can change some people's views on the police, because I know there's been a lot of negativity. So maybe we can change, if we start with the young people, maybe we can change that view.
Well, when you're watching TV and you see something that's negative towards the, you got to remember that. Yes,
it's really hard.
It would be.
Yeah.
But knowing that you're in the school, that you're approachable.
Yeah.
I think that's the key right there, and that they can talk to you. And if they can't, go to another adult, you would be able to fill that in for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
adult.
my goal anyway.
Yeah.
There hasn't been, I don't even know if there's been a female in this role before, so it's bringing something, if not, it's been for a long time.
It has.
I could maybe bring something a little different to the table than someone else, or different ideas. We'll see. It's only been a month, so hopefully I can kind of change that around. But yeah.
And why not?
Exactly.
Yes. Good for you. Good for you. So you were just talking about person that accompanies you into the school.
Yeah.
They are from a mental health
Yeah.
background as far as what they've majored in and what their profession is. Is there anything else that you do with the Mental Health Association locally here?
We do, like for my specific role, we do outreach. So we'll get referrals from some of the officers on the road or people who are coming into contact with us quite frequently. We like to we'll go to their residence or we'll give them a call and just check in, see if they can offer some services. So that's where the mental health side would come in. They would offer some services that they potentially would have within their service. So,
and do some take you up on it? Do they?
Absolutely.
They do?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Yeah. Some people know, but
Yeah.
to be honest, it's a really great program. Like you get a lot of good feedback from people and people realize like, oh, someone actually does care.
Yes.
They're checking in on me. Yeah, I had a really bad weekend. Maybe by us going there and addressing the problem and offering them some help, maybe that'll decrease their involvement with the police. So
Negatively.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's working. It's actually a great program.
Wow, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So really, they're not intimidated then when you knock on their door and say, "I'm from the Brockville Police Services." Yeah.
Some, like I can't say it's all positive.
No,
Some people
no.
are not receptive to it at all. But surprisingly, because I'm in plain clothes and sometimes I'm wearing a sweater, so you don't quite see my firearm or
Yes,
my
yes.
badge or anything.
Yes.
I just look like somebody like you and I right now
Right.
in plain clothes. So it's a little bit more approachable. And with the girl that I work with, she's excellent at her job. So she can kind of
Guide.
Yeah,
Okay.
she can kind of guide the conversation to kind of veer it towards why we're here. And
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that then,
Yeah.
because there is a need out there, as you quite pointed out, and reaching out to people means a lot. It really does. So we've talked about mental health. We've talked about going into the schools. What else, other than going to talk to students and things like that? What else is in your role that you're doing?
We do a lot of community events. So usually when something's out in the community, I'm usually the face that will
yes,
go.
yes.
We do the Yippee program, and so in the summer we'll have students work for us. They're under my wing, so they'll.
Oh, okay.
And also we do like a community volunteer program, which is under my wing as well. So, but just because COVID's kind of ramping, hopefully down.
Yes.
We're starting those programs again because of COVID. We haven't been able to do it. So
when you're saying that they're under your wing, what are they doing? What are you teaching them or guiding them through?
it's basically some for the youth. It's
Yes.
kind of getting some experience. They'll do some odd jobs around the station. They'll be kind of like me. They'll be a face in the community when they go to do odd jobs, stuff like that.
All right.
I'm still super new, so I'm kind of figuring it out myself. But that's kind of my impression of what they'll
is
be
going
doing.
to happen.
Yeah.
In the future. So really, it's introducing them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think a lot of these kids may have an interest in policing, so this might be like a firsthand
look into it.
experience.
Yes.
Exactly. Like this is, it's not exactly, but maybe we'll get them on some ride-alongs and stuff like that, so they see a little bit of what we do and maybe change their views and like, oh, they actually do that, or oh, maybe they don't do that. So hopefully that's kind of where we'll go from there. But
And I imagine they have a lot of questions too.
oh yes, lots of kids do.
Yeah, which is good. Which is good. That's how they learn.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you said that there was two different groups. There was the Yippee or whatever.
Yippee. Yeah, so that's the students.
Okay.
And then
What's
there's
the other one?
community volunteers. So
Oh,
just
okay.
people in the community who wish to volunteer with us. We have a select number of people. They'll do special events as well, and they'll help us out if we need some traffic or stuff like that. But like I said, these programs have been kind of on the back burner because of COVID, so they're just kind of getting reintroduced now. So it's going to be a learning curve for me too. So
No, that's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people that have been volunteering for the police service, some of them have volunteered for years.
oh yes,
So
yes.
I mean, you can
I've seen them around the
Yeah, there you
station
go,
when I
there
was
you
on the
go.
road and whatnot. And they're great. Like, and we socialize with them outside of work too. So they're really great people.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah,
That's nice to
yeah.
hear. So, Allie, is there anything else that you would like our viewers to know about the policing aspect, about Brockville, about your job, what you are trying to do. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us?
I think with everything going on, I think people really need to kind of give the police a chance here and think of us in a positive light instead of such a negative sometimes. We are there to help you. We are there to help with whatever we can do. Yes, some interactions aren't the most positive, but usually there's a positive outlook as a result of that interaction. So I just want people to kind of give us a chance, yes, and get to know us. And we're not bad people. We're actually super friendly, great people, even in work and outside of work. So don't be afraid to kind of, hey, how's it going? How's your day? More or less, and we're always open to be social with everybody. So
one last question for you.
Yeah.
The police used to do movies in the park.
Yes.
I believe that's what it was called.
Yes.
Do you think there's a possibility it might come back?
I think so. I'm still working on it right now.
Oh, that is yours.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's me. I'm still working on it. Just kind of get some logistical things figured out. But I'm hopeful that we can get it back this summer, just because the kids and even adults loved it. And it was huge turnout. It was a way to bring the community back together. So due to COVID restrictions being lowered, I'm hopeful we can get a lot of those community programs back. I guess we'll have to see how
things go.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me
with me today and talking about your job and as you say, you're going to be the face that's out there. People are going to see you.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.